All right, all honor, praise, and glory be to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Wahakodash Rakah. Double honor to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone who rule well, who I believe to be the true elders of Yasha Allah. Peace and blessings to you brothers out teaching this truth across the four corners of the earth where we have been scattered to. All right, pushing this truth and sincerity, diligently in the true names. Shalom wa barakim laha aman bakiyar, which is to say peace and blessings to the faithful elect. All right, to the rest of you of the Israelite nation who are currently waking up, I say peace and blessings as well. And the Israelite nation consists of the so-called blacks, aka Negroes, and so-called Latinos and Native American Indians, who are all the same people and have been lied to. All right, I'm your brother Shariat Nawasai Shaman, coming back at you with another one by the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, and this is a quick watch warn. It says BEIRUT explosion. Video of bride taking wedding pics shows blast. Now this just gets straight to literally who people think to be a fictitious character, due to the crucifixion of his true existence, who he truly was, what he truly stood for, and all of that being replaced with a fraud by the name of Caesar Borgia, who went on to be known as Jesus, and the guy the man that fraud actually replaced his name was Yahushua. He mentioned things like this. So in the middle of all outright war, the World War III brewing, here it is. You have this so-called Lebanese woman, more than likely a heathen, standing in the middle of it right before the bomb hit, which caused the mushroom cloud, which brothers has been speaking on. And this article came out today the 5th, I believe. Today the 5th. So it came out today, this morning. And we're gonna go ahead and get a little bit of it. So this says this is heartbreaking. A beautiful bride draped in a stunning white gown was in the middle of taking her wedding pics when BEIRUT was decimated by an atomic-like explosion, and it was all caught on video. Now, here it is, people. The Lord, He said this. He said this was going to be the case, man. Here it is. The world's ending. There's a disease out here people can't figure out, and people still going on with their lives as if they're measly, peasly, pathetic, dark lives, wicked lives, as if nothing is going on. Matthew 24, and I'm going to start at 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to shew him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another, and that shall not be thrown down. That's some history that passed already. But it's actually going to happen again, in a different form. When the 2/3 of Israel, who's actually the temple of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, not currently. So what do you do with abandoned buildings? The Lord abandoned you Israelites. You tear it down, and you put something else in place. So a lot of you going to be killed and remade, That's going to be put in the place of what's about to be taken out, which is, Roger and Trail and all these other, characters, and Bakisha, like the Lord finna replace, he's finna tear down these temples and he about to redo, But anyway, that's going into something else. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So they knew the world was getting ready to end. That still hasn't ended yet. We're still in that world. It has just advanced and gotten worse since this time. And Yahushua said, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man shall deceive you. Verse 6, one of the things he said, how you going to know? He said, because they asked of what shall be the signs of thy coming and of the end of the world. What's going to be the signs when we're at the end of the world and you're on your way back? And he said, and ye shall, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So that's the signs that that we're getting to the end of the end. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. So all over the earth, there's going to be famines of different sorts, different diseases spreading. You in COVID, earthquakes has been happening everywhere. And he said all these are the beginning of sorrows. Now, that's what pretty much happened with that, with what she went on to experience. The BEIRUT explosion. A video of bride taking wedding pic shows blast. So let's go ahead and hit play on this. And say the bride was taking wedding photos yesterday as the explosion happened in BEIRUT. Whew, man, that's powerful, man. That's powerful. That's my first time actually watching it, you know, because I had the article actually pulled up. That's powerful, man. You can't make this up. Ishmael. That's who this she actually is. The daughter of Ishmael. So you got World War III brewing. That's what the Lord he spoke to. You know, the 27-second video was taken Tuesday. Starts with the camera zooming in on the happy bride, but within seconds, the blissful moment turns into utter horror. Horror as 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate explodes, obliterating Lebanon's capital and killing hundreds, because Beirut is the capital of Lebanon, and Lebanon is pretty much Israel. Parts of Lebanon are considered Israel, so those people living in Lebanon are thieves of our land, the actual homeland of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you know, who had to flee it and were removed from it due to their disobedience with the creator of heaven and earth, man. You know, the true special people, all right? So it says, you can see, all right, we're gonna stop right there. Didn't the Lord say that? It says, he said, and ye shall hear of wars. So we heard that. That's a war. I haven't actually gotten information on who actually bombed them, but Trump said he believed it was an attack. So you shall hear of wars, and we heard the bomb. That's a war. That was a sound of war and rumors of wars, right? Because Trump said they believe it's attack. They don't really know. It's he say, she say, even if it could be set up, but it's still the same thing. It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, a kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Now let's jump down. So you got verse 11. It said, he said, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of people out here not mentioning these things, saying it's about other things and it's peace. Ain't no peace coming. There's no peace. We're really not. We're not in the time of peace, you know. And I just say really because some people promise peace, you know, but we have to work for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's already ordained who's gonna get it as well. So this says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. More prophecy, but anyway, on point it says, but he that shall endure unto the end shall be saved. All right. And this gospel, this good news of the kingdom shall be preached unto all the world for a witness unto all nations, because all the Israelites are in all nations. So you got men of the Israelite nation waking up, men and women, and they're seconding this notion by the Spirit because it's prophecy. This is the real thing. You know, you got Israelites waking up. I mean, everywhere you could name, you have Israelites, man, going out teaching and preaching this good news. The kingdom is coming. The so-called white man is the devil. His name, Jesus, is not the real man. His name's Yahweh. You got this truth coming out. The name Yahweh was mentioned in the Philippines like a few weeks ago by somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the good news. Having the Lord's name, the Creator's name. And then the end shall come. So once that's done, it's complete. So it won't be no excuse for anybody. Because the Lord's just, Yahweh. In the name Yahweh Shah. He wants a fair fight. He gives a fair fight. He gives a fair fair time. You know what I'm saying? For an efficient judgment. To give you the works, to give people, everybody their reward, the works of their hands. You know, according to the fruit of their doings. You know. So whatever type of life you live in, that's what you bring forth. But anyway, it says, let me just get to the point. All right. It says, but of that day, verse Matthew 24 and 36, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. What was going on in the days of Noah? He's about to tell us. Because he said exactly how things were when in the days of Noah, before that, the grand finale, that grand event, the ark selling and everything being destroyed. He said it's going to be the same type of activities taking place when I come. And that's the grand finality. And everything is destroyed. That's supposed to be, including people, you know. So let me read it one more time. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating. So before the flood actually came, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So, verse 42, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. All right? So, that's this, man. That's this. For as in the days of Noah, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage. BEIRUT explosion. Video of bride taking wedding pics. Shows blast. We're in 2020, and this has been the worst year by far. You know. True power is Yahweh, man. Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah. Let me read this one more time. I'm going to close this out. So, it says, so it's about to get bad out here. Because he said in verse 21, Matthew 24, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. This is about to be worse than the days of Noah. This is what this is saying. It says, and except those days should be shortened, and there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You know? So, that's that, man. Verily I say unto you, verse 34, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. So when he said this was promised to this same generation. So until these things fulfilled, these same people who were here during this time is going to be here, that will be there to witness it once it actually happens, regardless if they know it or not, or remember it or not. But not to make it deep. 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming. Rewind it. Salakia. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So as in the days of Noah, that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. You can see in the video, the videographer runs for cover, as does the bride and the rest of the party. It doesn't appear any of them were seriously hurt. It's unclear how close this party was when the massive blast occurred, but its impact was still felt as it destroyed the surrounding buildings. As we reported, Lebanon's Prime Minister Hassan Diab said the 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate had been sitting unsecured for 6 years in a port warehouse. Here's a little context. The Oklahoma City bombers used 2 tons of ammonium nitrate in 1995, killing 168. You know. It say the death toll. You can see the damage. It's crazy. It said the death toll from BEIRUT explosion has now reached at least 135 and at least 5,000 injured. Hundreds, if not thousands, are still unaccounted for, as BEIRUT, already teetering on the edge of economic collapse, figures out how to recover from yet another devastation. And that's because you people are in the Lord's land and it's not your land. You're in our land, it's not your land. And that's low-key symbolism for what the Lord's about to do to you Israelites, man. Which is a whole nother lesson. You know, Lord willing, I can go into that, you know, by the Spirit today. You know? Because this is what you want to be out here doing. That's an Israelite right there. Bailey, Dayton's, hot shots. It's over with for this, man. You know? Because he said that he told one of the kings of Judah, he said, you are as the head of, no, he said, you're unto me like the lead, and you're like the head of Lebanon. And the head of Lebanon is BEIRUT. So you can't make this up. The head meaning the top. You know what I'm saying? The head, the chief, the top, the most important. That's an AKA a capital. And look what happens. And I won't even explain what that means right now, because Lord willing, I can come back and I can, you know what I'm saying, I can come back and I can go into it, you know, because that's just a sign for the outright chaos and destruction that's about to come to so-called Israelites in the war in the form of by the way of World War III. You know what I'm saying? The sword, the famine, the pestilence, and that's an ultimate sword, and that's gonna cause the ultimate famine. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna cause the ultimate. That's gonna be like all of those things he promised in one, because you could become diseased by nuclear bombs because the radiation from those EMPs, which that's what they stand for, electronic magnetic pulse. You know what I'm saying? So they explode in the air, and then they create a pretty much a field of an atmosphere of radioactive activity, man. You know, radiation. You know, radiation is what causes cancer. So boom, there you go. So yeah, man, this is the Lord not playing, and that's pretty much it. That's all I want to bring out. I had one last scripture by the Spirit real quick. Like I said, Lord willing, I can come back and by the Spirit do something edifying on the situation. Because this is prophecy. This is what we waiting on, man. This is the best thing that can happen. This is 1 Thessalonians 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. You know what I'm saying? So it says, ye are all children of light and children of the day. We are not of the night nor darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. You know what I'm saying? So when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them like a woman. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they say it, man. So, Lord willing, this has been edifying. We give our honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Basham, Al-Shah, Wahakadash, Peace and bless to you, brothers, teaching this truth across 4 corners of the earth. All right, I stated already.